こんにちは。ちょっとスタートが遅れちゃいましたけども、毎週土曜日にやっている LA ノワールを LA ノワール LA ノワール OK やっていきます。
Okay then. Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
あれ、セーブしてなかった？なんかボート沈静化して
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap. If we're paying a visit to Alicia and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
Hmm. 誰かを許し上げるのになんかあれだよね。なんか上司になんか褒められてたような気もしますが、まあ気にせずやっていきますかね。
I don't know the way. No!
見つけちゃった。
Right here.
ちょっとね、昼食取った後にちょっと横になってたら寝ちゃいましたね、思いっきり。ブレーキ効かないんだった。行き過ぎたー。
I'm stumped. Ideas?
Careful with Monroe, Phelps. He's got a lot of clout and he's pretty sharp. See what you can get from him.
一言だな。一言ですね。こんにちは。
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
And that's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
動き早いな。
May I help you, gentlemen?
I wonder how many more layers we gotta go through to get to this guy.
なんて空が青いのか。
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office. Would you like a cigar? Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
Biggs, help me out.
Careful with Monroe, Phelps. He's got a lot of clout and he's pretty sharp. See what you can get from him.
We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
ああ、看板の人ね。何持ってたっけ、証拠って。動かされた遺体。ん
I hope that's all.
間違えた。
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
.微妙だね。わかんねえから。とりあえず疑いますか。
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecued, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
ナイス闇。
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Iらない。旅行を知らない。週末リポで旅行。知らないっていうのは無理あるんじゃないの
Two families are dead, Mr. Monroe. This isn't a question of criminal liability. We're looking at conspiracy to commit murder.
Do you know who you're talking to, son? You want to use incendiary language like that with me? I suggest you should leave immediately.
You've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Come on, Mr. Monroe. You expect me to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process, detective. Those who choose to stand in defiance are usually confined to the wastebasket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense.
What's Elysian Field's involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulation.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
You're lying, Monroe. There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
ああ、そういえばあったね。
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think that they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them? The arsonists, do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so.
とりあえず、この親父は、たぬき親父だのが分かりましたね。さあ。お、なんだ？どういうこと？もう一度、たぬき親父と対峙します。
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are two police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
And that's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
May I help you, gentlemen?
I wonder how many more layers we gotta go through to get to this guy.
Who are you? How did you get in?
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD. We'd like to ask you some questions.
Oh. Why didn't you say so, officer?
ショートカットできるんだ。気づかないお姉ちゃんのスルーして。もう一回話してみる。
Are you deaf? Go away.
ダメか。まあいいや。
We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecued, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
そうだろ
Level with me, Mr. Monroe. You know all about the vacation offers.
You can believe whatever you like, son. You're missing the vital ingredient called proof.
Sorry. Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what falls out.
あ、書いてんのトリップって。
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund? Do you want to accuse them of murder as well?
まあ、そういうこっちゃ。
We've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Come on, Mr. Monroe. You expect me to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process, Detective. Those who choose to stand in defiance are usually confined to the wastebasket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense.
What's Elysian Fields' involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulations.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
You're lying, Monroe. There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think that they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them? The arsonists, do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waybills, do you suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Glad to be of help, officers.
こういうこと言うからお前怪しまれるんだよ。英語よこせ。
What's the story? Any of these names ring a bell?
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
誰？電話借りるで。マイケル・マルドゥーンか。びっくりした。マイケル・ドゥーハンかと思って。そうじゃん。電話。電話そこにあるんちゃう？違う。それ電話ちゃうの？電話ちゃうの？電話と違うの？
Your boss is a fine man.
Oh, I wish I could afford that.
電話。
Trying to imagine you with a personality.
You are a modest little person with much to be modest about.
何これ？
Whoa! You watched the Hammond Galahad fight. It's a mess that was. Anyway, that's the cop who caught the guy.
電話。
You lousy bastard.
電話知りませんか？
Keep talking. Someday you'll say something
marry a
intelligent.
girl for love and you find out later she's got.
I was walking down the street and that
あった。
heel
電
sent
話
me
借りる
blind.
で。
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you
Going
through
to
now.
church doesn't make you any more Christian than standing in a garage.
Phelps,
makes
badge
you a
1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective. I'm sorry, Detective.
Not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Thank you.
I love the chase till the minute I
何これ？
win it. A beautiful face till there's love for me in it. Give me your heart and baby I'll bill it. 'Cause I always kill the things I love.
お、怪しいやつ来たぞ、また。
Buy me a drink, Cole? No! Not even for old time's sake? Not even for that. You're not gonna ask me why I'm here? I wouldn't give you the pleasure. We'll get around to it. She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel about... Save the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy. You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you. Stay away from Elysian Fields. I should have known that you were playing errand boy. You and your doofus partner. You have been warned. Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
I love you.
Stay away. You have no idea the type of people that are involved in that company. I have a pretty good idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here. Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle. Thanks for the drink, Cole.
You get the message about Monroe?
Yeah, Earl delivered it. You?
McKelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Sorry about that, Herschel. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
KGPL calling car 11K, 11K.
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
You fought at Sugarloaf, didn't you?
I did, but I don't like to talk about it.
You come across a guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has, Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
ジャック・ケルソーね。ジャック・ケルソー。さてさて、どうやら内輪もめに参加してる感じですね。身内も捕まえなあかんのか。市長も絡んでる。しょっぴけるのかね。しょっぴきできますかね。捕まえること可能ですかね。どうやるんだろうマジで。まあ手法としてはマスコミも巻き込む感じなんだろうな。あ、いけない、暴投してた。クビにさせるのはそう簡単にはいかないんだろうな。どっかの現地地みたいに。
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some kind
Let's
of problem.
take a look at the car.
Let's see what he's hauling around.
出た。
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
これ何？なんで弾なんか持ってんの？
Remember that dead lady they found under the train? That guy.
Should revise the APB. He's clearly armed.
Some boss lie for it.
これ何？あ、チラシカレーの。
Definitely gives him opportunity.
ああ、なるほど。チラシ配って下見してるってことか。
Hold it, Cole. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat. Shit. He's seen us.
Cops. Again.
Son of a bitch. He must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole. I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL.
Go ahead, 11K.
11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All
何
units
奪ってんの？
need assistance on Melrose Avenue. A suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously. Units to handle code 3 identified.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him. Look, Cole, the side plate's gone. Get me closer. I think I got a shot here.
I can't hit a target that isn't there, Phelps.
Hold him tight, Cole. As soon as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him. Get me closer to the driver's cabin. I'll plug Chapman.
寄せてるって。
End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
?捕まえれないの？
Son of a bitch, he must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole. I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL.
Go ahead, 11K.
11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units, officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. A suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously. Units to handle code 3 identified.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
What?
See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down.
やばいやばいやばいやばい。あららら。そうだった。右曲がるんだった。
Son of a bitch, he must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole. I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL.
Go ahead, 11K.
11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units, officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. A suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously. Units to handle code 3 identified.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him. See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down. Don't leave me hanging out here, Phelps. Move in. Look, Cole, the side plate's gone. Get me closer. I think I got a shot here. Get me closer to the driver's cabin. I'll plug Chapman. End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Are you liquored up?
You have
our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
The fires benefit Elysian in some way. I don't see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. Hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
Nice work, gentlemen. Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? We'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. You worked for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help, this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Mr. Kelso?
やることにしたんだ。
Sign on the door says, miss.
あれ変わるの主人公は。
My wife is so dumb, she stares at orange juice for hours. Well, it does say concentrate on the
somebody could tell us what the hell is going on?
There's no need to come into the office, Ms. Lichtman. If you accept the settlement, all you need to do is sign here.
I don't accept this.
What do you mean you don't accept? I think you're pushing your luck, lady. This seems to be a ridiculously generous settlement. A $200 policy with a $20,000 payout? You should...
I don't want the money.
What do you mean you don't want the money?
I want you to investigate this case. I feel my friend may have been the victim of foul play.
Okay, let me get the case file. There's got to be more in these files.
My wife is so dumb, she stares at orange juice for hours. Well, it does say concentrated in the cart. Is somebody gonna tell us what the hell is going on?
Sounds like your friend took a hell of a fall. I'm sorry for your loss. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course not.
そうなるの？そんな感じなの？ この人だって警察じゃないでしょ。
What basis do you have for your claim of foul play?
Lou Buckwalter was a craftsman. I don't believe he would have made a roof that would collapse.
Eh? あ、違うの？
This was an industrial
何これ？よくわかんねえんだけ
How
ど。
do you know that?
Because it says right here in black and white.
Do you believe everything that you read, Mr. Kelso?
You and Buckwalter weren't married?
No.
Then how did you become his beneficiary?
We were family friends.
You expect me to reopen this case because you come in here walking that walk? Well, I'm not buying it. I think you should tell me what the hell is going on.
You really want to know?
Yes.
We were interned together on Ellis Island, resident alien Germans whose parents had been killed by Nazis. Do you see the irony in that, Mr. Kelso? We spent 4 years there.
So the roof collapsed, accidents happen. What exactly are you trying to achieve here, Ms. Lichtman?
Exactly what I said. I want that building thoroughly investigated.
You expect me to believe that you have no ulterior motive? That money means nothing to you?
I believe that money has value. I believe your work defines who you are, and you should be paid relative to the quality of your work. If you wish to simply interrogate...
あれ難しいな。じゃあ次ジャック・ケルソーです出るってこと？おっとセーブしてないぞ。こっからスタートか。
Mr. Kelso?
That's what the sign on the door says, miss.
Kidding? I could save all year and never afford that.
And there's no need to come into the office, Ms. Lichtman. If you accept the settlement, all you need to do is sign here.
I don't accept the
What do you mean you don't accept? I think you're pushing your luck, lady. This seems to be...
You think talking, you try hiring a lawyer.
There's got to be more in these files.
I swear, this town is going straight to hell.
Sounds like your friend took a hell of a fall. I'm sorry for your loss. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course not.
What basis do you have for your claim of foul play?
Lou Buckwalter was a craftsman. I don't believe he would have made a roof that would collapse.
You want me to reopen this case based on your woman's intuition? That isn't going to happen. Take the money.
I've already told you I do not want the money. There's something wrong with that house.
You and Buckwalter weren't married?
No.
Then how did you become his beneficiary?
We were family friends.
You expect me to reopen this case because you come in here walking that walk? Well, I'm not buying it. I think you should tell me what the hell is going on.
You really want to know?
Yes.
We were interned together on Ellis Island, resident alien Germans whose parents had been killed by Nazis. Do you see the irony in that, Mr. Kelso? We spent 4 years there.
So the roof collapsed, accidents happen. What exactly are you trying to achieve here, Miss Lichtman?
Exactly what I said. I want that building thoroughly investigated.
I'm intrigued, Miss Lichtman. I really am. But you're going to have to give me something if you want me to get involved in this.
There is a conspiracy surrounding Elysian Fields and the new houses they are building. I believe your insurance company is involved.
That's pretty heady stuff, Miss Lichtman. Flimsy, but heady.
I've told you what I know, Mr. Kelso. What are you going to do about it?
All right, Miss Lichtman. One final question.
Yes.
What's your address?
Is that usual?
Is there anything usual about this case, Miss Lichtman?
The address is on the letter, Mr. Kelso.
The address, not the phone number.
Mr. Benson would like to see you in his office, Jack. Upstairs. Come on, I'll walk you up.
Just kidding? I could save all year and never afford that. You think talk is you try hiring a lawyer?
これは見た。これなんだろう？さっきのメモか。
I swear, this town is going straight to hell.
I'll be in touch.
ファイルも読んだ。お
You coming?
お、ちょっとなんか落ちたから。なんか立て続けにいろいろ来てるんだが、セーブしたいけど。
What a skunk. Walking out on his wife like that?
Mr. Benson, you wanted to see me?
Ah, yes, Jack. I'm just trying out a new putter. I noticed Elsa Lichtman in the lobby.
It's the weirdest thing, Mr. Benson.
Call me Curtis, Jack. This is California.
Like I said, Curtis, this is a very strange case.
How so, Jack?
That lady, Elsa Lichtman, is refusing a 20 grand payout.
Elsa Lichtman is hardly a lady, Jack. She's a jazz musician. Plays at the Blue Room in Hollywood. She has a fine pair of lungs, now that I think
She's
of
the
it.
beneficiary of this guy, Lou Buckwalter. He was killed in an industrial accident working for Elysian Fields Developments. You know Elysian?
I'm familiar with Leland Monroe. We move in similar circles.
Well, Miss Lichtman is making some pretty serious accusations. She says the case stinks and that
She's
something
a very highly strung girl, Jack. Strung out might be a better way to put it.
It's a pretty generous payment, Curtis. I think I should look into it.
Is there anything wrong with the paperwork, Kelso?
No, there isn't, Mr. Benson.
I didn't think so. Pay the case out and get her off our backs.
I can't make her take the money,
Deal
sir.
with it, Jack. Do your fucking job. Do I have to do everything?
No, sir, you don't.
Fine, Jack. Fine. You know I have the greatest confidence in you.
Thanks, Mr. Benson.
What the hell?
Your car, Mr. Kelso.
Thanks, kid.
いや、なんでなんでそんな。あ、でサイレンね、サイレンがないんだが。
What's your problem?
いやー、パトカーサイレンが欲しいですね。いちいち交通ルール守ってたら時間がいくらあっても足んねえな。この辺でいたりか。あれ
？Control your car.
あ、もう一着向こうか。渋滞してんぞ。ん？ずっと刑事物で行くかと思ったらそうでもないんだな。何があるの？ティッシュ、何これ？
That's not how my pop taught me to mix it. Someone is cutting corners.
親からって、あれか、建設業だったな、ひょっとして。
Bulldozing and starting again.
オープンイメージってことか。
Leland Monroe, the man with the grin. Looks like he doesn't like to be disappointed.
なんてよく読んでなかった。なんて もう確実に繋がってるね。おおワープしたんだけど。ストンと落ちてくるね。
Hey! You just can't be walking around down here.
I'm Jack Kelso, from California Fire and Life.
I don't care if you're from the Vatican. Buzz off.
I'm investigating the accidental death of a Lou Buckwalter, and...
You deaf? Do I have to beat on you?
Looks like you do.
お、どうした?
You're a real asshole.
ほい。あ。
Take another step this way, and there's gonna...
ノーモーション
I
で
came
き
to
た
see the house where Lou Buckwalter died. You were just about to offer to show me the way.
It's out the gate and 3 houses down on the left. Don't know what you're looking for, smart guy. There's nothing there.
Then I'll poke around in the rubble.
Fine. As long as you're out of my sight.
帽子。よーいしょっと。どこにあるって?
You're a real asshole, you know that?
あれか。
The place falls down, and then they bulldoze it. What gives here?
違うのか。
How bad is it? Come on, you can tell me.
この建物自体が証拠だから、早く処分したいってことか。
Wow, that sure looks like a beauty.
Buddy,
you drop something?
Let's try to piece this together.
どういうこと?
Gotta have it. Never get into fights with ugly people. They have nothing to lose.
Keystone Films? Who gets their lumber from a film studio?
Ah, あいつかまた。
Son of a bitch.
Ah, やべやべやべ。マジで狙えなかったんだけど。
Son of a bitch.
ここで狙う感じか。待って、どうすんのこれ。すぐに振り返って撃ちゃいいの。
Son of a bitch.
どこ向いてん、どこ向いてん。ちょっと待ってよ。え？あれ、何、どういうこと？はい。やばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばい。撃てないんだけど。どうすんのこれ。なんとかして。足速いんだよなこいつも。おいちょとにかく走って向こうに行けばいいのかな。とりあえず奥まで行こう。
Son of a bitch. Oh shit.
あれ？あの上に乗った瞬間に振り向く感じか。
Son of a bitch.
ああ、むずい。あれか、むずすぎてスキップできるようにしてんのか。
Son of a bitch.
当たり判定ないんですか？運転手狙うんだろう。
Son of a bitch.
ちょあれどうすんのこれ。バンバン撃った方がいいのか。
Son of a bitch.
どういう ダメか。
Oh, shit.
お、早く来ろ。ああ、そういうことか。壊した時に。
Come on, Jack.
なんで壊す時にあれ下げるから、そこを狙って撃つってことね。やっと理解した。
Son of a bitch.
あれ、クソ。
Oh, shit.
ダメか。ダメか。タイミングむずいな。終わるのか、これ。
Son of a bitch.
あのパイプを壊すときだけあいつ下げるから。ああ、くそ。
Come on, Jack.
むずい。最初の1回目で狙った方がいいな。
Son of a bitch.
振り向き玉ははよはよはよ。
Oh, shit.
ジャンプだ。むずいな。早えな、おい。やばい。
Son of a bitch.
あ、くそ。なんで下向いてんだ、あいつ。エイムが押せ。エイムが遅い。
Sorry, pal. Just when I thought
危ねえ。どうすんの？電話すんの？
You think talking's cheap? Try hiring a lawyer. Are you
八つ当たり。
drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked?
your life,
Jack
Buster.
Kelso, California Fire and Life investigator. I need an address on the Keystone Film Company.
The address is 658 North Wilton Place. Is there anything else?
No, thank you, ma'am.
He'll never find out.
That's disgusting. Didn't you ever hear of Dern?
敵解除しねえのか。しょうがねえな。特に変わんねえか。
Is this real?
危ない危ない。危ない。
California drivers. Must be his blind spot. I've got a job to do. Hey!
大丈夫だよ。この時代の車は頑丈だから。この時代のバンパーってぶつかっても大丈夫なのに作ってるはずだよ。
I work for California Fire and Life. I'm looking into an industrial accident.
Here?
No, not here. At a housing development over on Normandy Avenue.
So?
I found some lumber over there, had the Keystone name printed on it.
We've been closed since 41. Never quite made the transition to talkies. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund are pulling the place down.
Know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Nix.
Mind if I take a look around?
I'm kind of hungry. If someone was to leave a couple of bucks here, I might wander down the street and get a cup of coffee.
Is there a key to the gate?
No. The only guys who go in or out are some delivery guys from Elysian Fields. They're working on a housing development over at Wilton and Santa Monica. You'll have to hop it.
お手軽だね。どこに行けばいいんだ。ここ飛び越えられない。お、ここが開いてる。フィルムだな。
Let's see what the rich and powerful have to say for themselves.
The reel should be nearby.
これ違うの？L？ スピードダイヤルどうすんのこれ？
In a great day for the future of Los Angeles, civic leaders and businessmen joined forces to launch the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund pledges to speed up housing development for returning GI.
Gentlemen, this is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He's our latest investor in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Doctor, this is Curtis Benson. He's Vice President of the California Fire and Life. Pleased to meet you, Doctor. Ray Gordon, editor of the Times. Doctor. District Attorney Donald Sandler and Police Chief Warren.
Gentlemen, I am delighted to be in such exalted company. You're making quite a name for yourself, Doctor, amongst the thespian fraternity. I find that those of artistic temperament are often of a fragile mental disposition. It's a short step from miscreant to recidivism, Doctor. Very true. But I think we could all agree that the City of Angels does rather well basking in the reflection of the motion picture industry.
Hear, hear. And it's something that every sucker getting off a train at Union Station wants a part of. Gentlemen, we're here to sell the American dream, and Hollywood is our greatest advertiser.
So, how is your new development selling, Leland?
Cannot throw them up fast enough, Ray.
And that's part of the problem, Leland. Washington is receiving steady complaints. There's a clamor for public housing.
God damn it, Ray. Public housing is tantamount to communism. Now, that's why we fought this goddamn war. I'm telling you, it's Reds via the back door.
You can't have it both ways, Leland. The new freeways are being built to service all your developments out in the boondocks. They're all being built with government money. The GI Bill is government money.
There's a difference.
What difference?
The GI money ends up in my pocket.
I hope you mean our pockets, Leland. We're all investors.
Of course, Curtis. So, when will the freeway bond be passed on?
It still has to be ratified. It takes a long time to raise $3 billion.
I need to find a game well or a telephone.
おー、なんかめっ
Great day
ちゃ
for the future of
走
Los
行映像あ
Angeles.
るやん。
Civic leaders and businessmen joined forces to launch the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund pledges
止め
to
た方がいいんじゃ
speed
ない
up
のこ
housing development for
れ。ダメ
returning GI.
それどころじゃないってことか。
Gentlemen, this is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He's our latest investor in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Doctor, this is Curtis
あ
Benson.
めっちゃダッシュするからもう終わったね、調査
Fire
は。
and Life.
Pleased to meet you, Doctor.
公衆電話。電話貸して。電話貸してね。
Operator, Los Angeles Police Dispatch, if it's not too much trouble.
Putting you through now.
This is Jack Kelso, investigator for California Fire and Life. Can you put me through to Curtis Benson, please?
Just a moment, please, Mr. Kelso.
Jack, how can I help?
Do you know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, Mr. Benson?
I've heard of them, Jack. Building new homes for GIs.
With green lumber that was used on movie sets.
Jack, are you working the Buckwalter case?
Mr. Benson, are you part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Jack, I want you to listen very clearly. Call Miss Lickman. Call her as soon as you hang up. Arrange to see her tonight and get her to agree to the settlement. Do it tonight, do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
End of story, Jack. I don't want to hear another word about Elsa Lichtman or Lou Buckwalter.
Can you put me through to Michigan 221?
Putting the call through.
Hello?
Ms. Lichtman, it's Jack Kelso.
Yes, Mr. Kelso.
I've been looking into your case.
Yes, and what have you found?
It doesn't look good. I need to see you.
Meet me at the Blue Room. I work there tonight. I take a break around 9. I'll be waiting at the stage door. We can talk then. Auf Wiedersehen, Mr. Kelso.
Thanks.
どういう結末なんだこれは。
And don't suppose I'll make a plea, 'cause baby, you know I'm guilty.
What were you doing with him?
I was doing what you asked.
I didn't ask you to meet him in an alleyway.
Why do you snarl at me? Your friend came to ask me to accept the insurance.
He's not my friend, Elsa.
I think he's a brave man, and you have placed him in great danger. You've involved him in something, and he has no idea of the risk. Can you live with that, Cole?
Elsa, I need his help, and he hates my guts.
Forget the past, Cole. He deserves a chance to say no. If he helps you, let it be on his terms.
I'll go see him in the morning.
Does the chicken come with fried tomatoes?
Going to church doesn't make you any more Christian than standing with Rob and arms.
Hmm? Yo, スタジオ。スタジオはもういいだろう。なんか召喚のかな。もう行くだけ行ってみるか。なんもないと思うけど。遠くねえか、ひょっとして。みたいな方法か。比較的に一緒だから先こっち行くか。 そうでしょ直進できねえのかよ。他何もないと思うけどな。あ、通れねえ。あ、これはいい。お、フィルムが撮られてる。ああ、こいつが持ってるのかな、証拠として。何かの舞台になるんだろうか。まだ残ってるっていうことは。
Heavens to Betsy!あれそうだな。お、こっちに来いってか。こんばんは。ん？
Nice wiring job, fellas. Keep them in the dark.
お、オイルヒーターだな。
Good thing I'm not thirsty.
放火で証拠隠滅ですかね。
You lose something, Mac?
I thought these private eye types were all wise guys with smart mouths.
Looks like the snappy repartee has all dried up.
Get on with it.
What's your hurry, Mac? You got some place to go?
You ever do the cat and mouse routine without a gun in your hand?
Now that's more like it.
Let's put a few gaps in that.
Three meatheads with...
ノーモーションかお
Time
前。
for you to lose some teeth.
I'm about to break your gap. You're a worn, tough guy. You should learn to take a hint. Get him downstairs and into the trunk.
だいぶ食らったからな。
Sure, he turned up all right. He's wishing he didn't. He's in the trunk. He's going nowhere. The boys introduced themselves. What do you want done with him, Mr. Monroe? Yeah, I know a good place. We'll pick up a shovel and a pick on the way. It's up in the hills behind Griffith Park. We'll deal with that German bitch next.
あら、酒飲んで仕事できんのか。
Elsa.
車貸してくれ。
What the hell?
Sorry, pal. Desperate times. Monroe owns the city, owns the cops. I need to find Elsa. Watch it! I ain't got time for this! I'm in a rush! Out of my way! Please, damn it! Can't you see what's happening?
右曲がる、右曲がる、
I
右
ain't
曲が
got
る。
time for this.
右に曲がるって。
Where are they? Is that the last of them?
あ、調整するかな。鉢合わせするかな。
So you're still carrying that Army 45, Cole?
For God's sake, Cole! Call an ambulance!
Oh, 2つ逃してるね。
Satchel charges on the cave entrance from above. Covering fire on weapons team. Look for snipers in the trees. You know the drill. No risks, no heroes, no prisoners.
You want some roast on this one, Sarge?
No, you guys have done enough. Head back to Weps. We are going to blow every cave we come across. Close them down and move on, people.
Damn. I was hoping to get me a samurai sword.
Skipper says that Phelps has fallen behind again. He's got his fire teams checking every cave. He's lost another flamethrower. He wants you to get over there and hurry them along.
Ho, boom. Weapons company.
Sir.
Sir.
We have a major cave complex in front of us, Hogaboom. I want flamethrowers and BAR teams to clean it out.
Begging your pardon, sir. But if it's a big complex, why don't we bring the Shermans in? They could pour it in there.
We can't wait for tanks to be brought up. I'm already behind.
Then blow the cave. No skin off our nose. Bury them.
We are going in there and clearing them out. We are doing it by the numbers, Sergeant. Get your team in place. We're moving out. Mount up! First fire team and flamethrowers. Head in! Where's he going?
Where's who going?
The big cowboy. He's going in. Who gave that order?
You did.
Hello, Miss Lichtman. How long have you been sitting there?
Not long, Mr. Kelso.
You look lovely, Princess. You haven't exactly caught me at my best. It's okay, Miss Lichtman. I'm a big boy. I know how to take my licks.
Please, call me Elsa.
Okay, Elsa? What can I do for you?
I'd like to explain because
I can join the dots, Elsa.
Cole needs your help, Jack. The police department have frozen him out.
Look, you're obviously a brave lady, but you can't fight all Cole's battles for him.
I just wanted to apologize for...
You don't have to apologize. You were right about Elysian Fields. Tell me something. What was Lou Buckwalter's regular job?
He was a carpenter. He built sets for RKO, Warner Brothers.
Set carpenter? Perfect. If you don't mind, Elsa, I'd like to get a little rest now. I've got a lot more dots to join, and it's making my head hurt.
That's perfectly understandable, Mr. Jack. I hope we can meet again under less dramatic circumstances.
I hope so too, Princess. I'd like that.
You Kelso?
Who's asking?
Peterson, assistant DA.
You're in the wrong building, Peterson. This is a hospital.
A wise guy. Let me tell you a story, Kelso.
Can I get the abridged version? My head hurts.
You're a funny guy, Jack.
What do you want, Peterson?
A colorful character mentioned your name. He said that you might know something about...
There's a problem with colorful characters, Peterson. First they send you over a drink, then they buy you dinner, then you get a phone call in the middle of the night for a favor. Try rubbing shoulders with some solid citizens. They're the ones you're supposed to protect.
You finished, Kelso?
For the moment.
I'm going to run for DA, Kelso. The current administration stinks.
And you want me to help?
I'm looking for a DA's investigator. You get a gun and a badge and $120 a month.
I get $150 a month now.
I'm going after the Vice Squad, Kelso. It's going to get me elected.
I've got something better. How about Leland Monroe?
The property developer?
Do you think I fell down the stairs?
頑張るのか。じゃあかけるぞ。字幕がおかしい。字幕がおかしいですね。ジャック・ケルソンが傷から回復したので、時間も時間なので、今日はここまでにしたいと思います。どんどん闇の深さが分かってきた感じですね。今後どうなるんでしょうかね。分かりませんが、今日はここまでにしたいと思います。ご視聴ありがとうございました。また来週続きをやる予定にしております。よかったらどうぞ。それではまた。バイバーイ。